What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of Ubisoft's most anticipated projects, Far Cry 7. New rumors, an engine change, multiplayer plans, and of course, the release date. We're breaking it all down. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like in this video, because we've got some huge info you won't want to miss. Let's get started. Ubisoft still hasn't made any official announcements, so everything we've got comes from insider reports, leaks, and behind-the-scenes chatter. But these rumors have been repeated so often that many players now see them as strong signals, especially with the CEO's recent statements and credible sources backing them up. It looks like Far Cry 7 won't just be another run-of-the-mill sequel. One of the most talked-about claims is that Ubisoft is actually working on two different Far Cry games. The main one, code-named Project Blackbird, is planned to be Far Cry 7. Alongside it, a separate multiplayer experience, code-named Project Maverick, is reportedly in development. Splitting the brand into two different experiences instead of one single game could be a massive strategic move for Ubisoft. When it comes to the release date, things get a little complicated. At first, 2025 was the target, but delays now make 2026 a much more realistic window. Some analysts even believe the game's scope and need to adapt to new tech could push it back even further, so players may need to be a bit patient with this one. One of the biggest shifts for the series is happening on the engine side. For years, Far Cry has run on the Dunia engine. But according to new reports, Ubisoft is switching to the Snowdrop engine for Far Cry 7. You might know this tech from The Division and Star Wars Outlaws. That could take the series' visuals, lighting, and physics to a whole new level. One of the most exciting rumors about Far Cry 7 has to do with the story. Allegedly, the protagonist family is kidnapped by a mysterious cult. The player's mission: hunt down cult members one by one to rescue their loved ones. But here's the twist. If you fail at certain points, you might permanently lose family members, and that loss impacts the story for good. That means no guaranteed happy endings. This time, a much harsher system could be waiting. Tied to that, some sources claim the game will feature a countdown mechanic, kind of like Majora's Mask, where you have limited time to complete missions. If time runs out, events unfold differently, and retries are limited. That kind of pressure could completely change the pace of Far Cry and make the experience way more intense. Gameplay-wise, big changes are rumored too. The series has always leaned on gunfights and open-world freedom, but this time, more fluid movement mechanics like tactical sprinting, sliding, higher jumps, and advanced parkour elements are expected. That could make combat feel much faster and more dynamic. The inventory and loot systems may also see an overhaul. Some reports suggest players will be able to customize weapons and gear in more RPG-like ways. With survival elements coming to the forefront, Far Cry 7 could end up being not just an action game, but also a tense survival experience. Of course, the series' DNA will remain. A charismatic main villain, a sprawling open world, freedom of choice, and chaotic shootouts will still be at the heart of the game. But Ubisoft's goal seems to be delivering these elements in a fresher, more innovative package. That way, both longtime fans and new players will have reasons to jump in. The second big project in the Far Cry universe is Project Maverick. This is described as a standalone multiplayer spin-off being developed alongside the main game. Rumors suggest Maverick will be an extraction shooter. Players would head into dangerous zones, collect loot, and fight to make it out alive. It's said Maverick will be set in a wilderness environment similar to Alaska. Snowstorms, frozen lakes, and harsh wildlife won't just be scenery, they'll directly impact gameplay difficulty. Fighting rival players while also battling nature itself could bring Far Cry's trademark chaos to a whole new multiplayer level. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot's comments also support these rumors. In a talk earlier this year, he emphasized that multiplayer will play a much bigger role in the future of Far Cry. According to him, Ubisoft wants players to stay engaged with their games for longer, and the way to do that is by building multiplayer-focused systems. That vision lines up with Ubisoft's overall strategy. They're laying out similar roadmaps for franchises like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and The Division. So Far Cry 7 and Maverick could be key pieces of Ubisoft's plan to strengthen both the single-player side and build a long-lasting online ecosystem. Naturally, players are split on this. Some believe Far Cry's true soul lies in its single-player, story-driven experience. Others argue the series has been repeating itself for years, and that a bold multiplayer shakeup could breathe new life into the brand. Ubisoft's decision here could mark a critical turning point for the franchise's future. One of the biggest questions about Far Cry 7 is its setting. Ubisoft hasn't confirmed anything, but community speculation suggests either a fictional island near East Asia or a region inspired by South America. Nothing is certain, though until we get an official reveal, the location is best considered unknown. What's clearer are the claims about the atmosphere. With the cult theme, the game is said to have a darker, more threatening vibe. Instead of tropical paradises, we might see a world blending tension, fear, and chaos. That could give the series a whole new tone, steering Far Cry's trademark madness into a darker direction. The cult itself will reportedly be central to the story. Led by a charismatic yet dangerous figure, the group will pressure the player both psychologically and ideologically. And let's be honest, unforgettable villains have always been a highlight of Far Cry. After Voss, Pagan Min, and Joseph Seed, this new cult leader could easily become one of the series' most menacing antagonists. On the technical side, expectations are sky high. Snowdrop's dynamic lighting and advanced AI could make NPCs behave much more realistically. That means smarter enemy tactics and a constant sense of danger. Plus, improved environmental interactions could make nature itself a weapon during combat. On top of that, it's almost certain Far Cry 7 will launch only on next-gen consoles and PC. That means PS5, Xbox Series X vertical bar S, and powerful PCs will show the game at its best. A last-gen release looks very unlikely. Snowdrop could struggle badly on older hardware. As for release timing, expectations keep shifting. Originally, 2025 was floated, but leaks now point to 2026. Some analysts even think the scope of development could push it into 2027. Ubisoft seems determined not to rush this one, aiming instead for a true leap forward. Player expectations are high. Many fans are tired of the old formula and want big changes. A darker tone, fresh gameplay systems, and a powerful story are at the top of the wish list. The cult theme, in particular, is expected to bring a brand new psychological edge to the series. Ubisoft's vision appears to match those expectations. By pushing multiplayer while deepening the single-player experience, they want to turn Far Cry into more than just a game. They want a long-lived ecosystem. That's why both Blackbird and Maverick seem to play such critical roles in their roadmap. While debate continues in the community, one thing's clear. Far Cry 7 won't just be another sequel. Ubisoft's risks, the engine switch, new gameplay systems, and the multiplayer expansion could completely transform the franchise. If the rumors are true, this could be the biggest evolution Far Cry has ever seen. And to wrap it up, nothing has been officially confirmed yet. So for now, these are all just rumors. But one thing is obvious, Ubisoft is reinventing Far Cry from the ground up. What do you think? Would a countdown mechanic, a cult-driven story, and a multiplayer spin-off fit the series? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.